Hey everybody, want to post a quick video, won't be long at all, but been messing around with some nib grinds again, and this one is actually an Architect nib grind. So it's my first attempt, not bad for my first try, and in fact I've got a little bit kind of just me doodling and messing around. So using my caliper, I was able to see that it was about a 0.4 milliliter difference between the downstroke and the cross-stroke. So the downstroke being skinnier and then the cross-stroke being wider. So not bad. Bear in mind, I'm very novice at this. At some point, I promise I will post an actual video of me at least attempting nib grinds. Kind of hard to set that up though and do it on a video. Plus, I am in no way, shape, or form an expert. So, but just to kind of give you an idea. So here is our downstroke. There's our cross stroke. So again, not bad. It's actually pretty darn smooth. I'll write my name for you. Really nice and smooth, you know, writes well. Cross stroke, downstroke, cross stroke. So pretty proud of myself, I have to say. I purchased one of Bobby Pin's, his Architect nibs, and I really just kind of took that, put it under my loop, and then just kind of looked at it to see kind of how the grind looked, and then I just started trying to follow that on my Dremel. Now, just so that way, this is generally what I use to start my grind. Just a simple Dremel tool, and on the very lowest setting. I mean, you don't want to crank this sucker up, and then that's really just to kind of get it started. And this is not me trying to show you how to do everything. And then I have, these are actually micro mesh, but I have a whole bunch of this micro mesh that I actually use to polish some, or kind of help restore some of my vintage pins. But these are actually great to do nib work on too. Now, you don't want to use these coarser ones. And this I actually bought from Anderson Pens, and it actually even comes with a color chart to tell you what the coarse grade is. I generally use some of the finer ones, which is usually like in this range right here. Now this one's coarser, and that one I use to kind of take off a little bit more material off of the nibs. And then I use these last two, which is like 8,000 and 12,000 grit. So this is like literally kind of like the micro mesh you would buy from like Goulet, and that's what I use to polish up the nib. And it works best if you use these with water, or technically you can use ink if you have the nib inside of a fountain pen. But I like to just use water because I do work with the nib outside of the pen. To me, I just have more control. But that's really all I really do. There's no science behind it. I think if I can do this, anybody can. I am not going to sit here and say that I'm the most gifted person. I like to tinker with stuff and mess with stuff, but I have a better chance of messing something up than anything. So I think anybody can do this. So I definitely think that you should try it if you want to, and at some point I will post a video of me doing it. But I did want to share this, put a little bit of pressure down there. So, like I said, really smooth, writes well. I'm using Rhodia paper. For those of you that can see, it says Rhodia up there, Captain Obvious. But writes well. Wish I could get a little bit closer to the nib. You can probably see a little bit of that, but basically just, you know, shaving down the sides there and then just kind of forming the nib up. So, and you got to write a little bit at a little bit higher angle. But once you get that angle right, man, it just writes great. Like this is starting to become one of my favorite types of nibs to write with. Like, I love the one I got from Bobby. And this one, probably once I empty out this 159 here, I'll probably move this nib into some other pin and just keep rotating it into other pins, or I'll just make another nib, who knows. But I wanted to share this. I'm already up to 5 minutes. I'm gonna stop babbling. I apologize, but really cool. I'm pretty proud of myself, I have to say. And at some point, like I said, I'll post a video and see how everything works out. But I'm very novice, really don't know what I'm doing, just kind of learning as I go along. But I'm gonna try this again soon. Maybe when I do that, I will actually start recording myself while I'm actually working on the nib, see if I can actually do that. Till next time, everyone, please take care out there. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.